Hey everyone, and welcome to another day of social studies. We are continuing on with the Lewis and Clark expedition that we started yesterday. Today's lesson is the expedition completed. We're going there and back again, a Louisiana tale. All right, video instructions will be here after I complete this video, obviously. The agenda, all of today, other than some quick instructions, is for you guys to go ahead and get to work and finish your diaries along with the maps and the reflection questions. All right, so we have the same learning target as yesterday. However, we do have a new in. Okay, our in for today, if you were going to explore, if you were to go exploring into today's world, how would you record all of your observations? It helps if I would type correctly. How would you record all of your observations? Okay, so obviously back then they used journals or diaries. Okay, they hand wrote and drew out the species they're seeing. Well, if you were doing it today with today's technology available to you, how would you record everything you were seeing? Okay, go ahead and take a minute to think about it. Don't just throw a phone out there. Okay, remember if you're out in the jungle, that might be difficult after a few days. Okay, so just think through it. All right, today's date is December 11th. Go ahead and pause this video, take about 5 minutes, finish that notebook. When you're done with that, go ahead and come on back. All right, welcome back, everyone. Let's go ahead and keep moving. So if you did not finish the reading portion of yesterday with that timeline of all the events, go ahead and open that up. I'm going to go ahead and get it open because we're going to need it in a minute. You guys will see what I mean. But I'm going to go ahead and pop back into the slides. Go ahead and make those full screen again. All right, so finish that reading if you haven't yet. If you have, you're good to go ahead and get working on that journal. Okay, to work on the journal, it is not attached in today's assignment. It is attached in yesterday's assignment because many of you already started on it. I didn't want to make you have to redo your work. Okay, so we'll go into yesterday's Google Classroom assignment, open up the PDF, and continue working where we left off yesterday. Okay, we'll continue to follow those instructions to do those diary entries. I'll do a refresher real quick on those. And then I'm going to show you guys how to fill out the map of your journey, and then we'll go through those questions. So let's go ahead and jump into that. We're going to go back into Google Classroom. We're going to scroll down to week 16. Today is Friday. Like I said, we have to go back to yesterday's assignment. So we're going to go ahead and click on Thursday. And we're going to open up that PDF. It'll have your name attached to it once again. And go ahead and reopen that with Cami. By the way, it should be saved. In case you guys did not know, there is a little save button up here. You can click on that. It'll tell you if all your changes are saved. It's always safe to just click save now. That'll always be helpful. Please do that. That way you guys don't lose any work because it makes me sad when you guys lose work. Okay, so obviously you still need 12 experiences. Pick 3 from each year of the expedition. Okay, still need to do a name, the date, the location if possible. Had some questions yesterday about, well, what if they don't have a specific location? Well, if it says near the Rocky Mountains or on the Missouri River, you can put your location as in the Rocky Mountains, near the Rocky Mountains, on the Missouri River, on the Columbia River. Okay, that's totally fine. I'll kind of show you how to deal with that in just a minute. Okay, continue with those brief descriptions. You can copy paste those right from the timeline. And don't forget about that personal reflection. Have some fun with that. How would you feel if you were one of the people there? All right, for the map portion, which I will show you exactly what to do with that, okay, you need to map out each experience's location. Okay, it must be placed on your map, okay, and named. I'll show you how to do that. It is on the last page of this document. I guess it's the second to last page now. And then you will add a line to trace your journey. Okay, so once again, make sure you finish your experiences. There will be 12 of them. Once you're done with that, you're going to go ahead, come on down here to your map. Let's get my face up out of the way. Sorry, guys. Let's just dump me up over here. Perfect. Okay. So, here's our map. We need to place some things on it. You're going to go ahead and use the drawing tool. I'm just going to use blue. Why not? Okay. So, I'm going to go up in my first experience. I'm going to find the location. Okay, that's in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. If you're not sure where Philadelphia is, you can look it up, but I can see Pennsylvania right here. I'm going to go ahead and click, and well, that didn't work super well. Let me undo that. There we go. I have a dot there. I'm going to add a text box. Okay, and I'm just going to put the name of my event there, which is Lewis. That blue as well. Lewis goes to school. If it's hard to read, I believe you can click up here. Click on the background color. It's a little pink can, and I just put like a gray behind it, and you'll be able to easier to read it. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so that was my first event. Let's pick one of those little more difficult ones that doesn't have a precise location. So if I jump down, let's see here. Someone had one in 1806. Okay, July 3. Okay, it says, Lewis and Clark divide the men in order to explore more of the territory and to look for an easier pass over the Rockies. Lewis follows the Missouri River and Clark follows the Yellowstone River. Okay, so it doesn't give me an exact location. I know they're trying to pass over the Rocky Mountains. Okay, and I know that they're going to go towards the Yellowstone River and the Missouri River. So we're going to go back into here. Oh man, Mr. Spalding did not put rivers on here. That's okay. You can just type in a physical map of the United States. You'll get many. Here's the one we used in class yesterday. Okay, it'll get nice and big. If you click on it, there you go. You get a nice big image. All right. Oh, does this one not have the Yellowstone River on it? Well, shoot, we'll find one with Yellowstone. But there's the Missouri. Okay, and I believe the Yellowstone's in here. We know the Rocky Mountains are about here. I can use this big lake as a guide. It cuts up here. Okay, so this lake, I'm going to cut up. All right, I know the mountains are about here. So I'll go ahead, take my drawing tool. I'll place a dot about there. Okay, and then for my name, I could just call this Returning Home over the Rocky Mountains. Okay, something simple like that. Do the best you guys can. I know it won't be perfect. I don't expect perfect maps. Just do the best you can. Okay? All right. Now, after you get all of your 12 events placed in here, okay, you need to trace your journey. Pretty simple. Once again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You'll have all your nice dots to help you. I'm going to do an estimate. Okay, so I know that the Lewis will eventually go to St. Louis, which is about here. So I'll just draw a line, kind of like that. And then I know he's going to go all the way up to the Pacific Ocean, and I know they kind of curl up this way to the Pacific and back. Okay, so I'll just go ahead, draw a line, make sure I hit my dots, get to the Pacific Ocean. Okay, that's the direction they went on the way there. So I'll draw an arrow. And then for the way back, I'll have pretty much the same dots, but I can draw a second line. Very similar. Let's go ahead and draw it. Oh, I went too far. Let me undo that. Okay. So you can kind of just cover your same line. And we just know that they came back and ended at St. Louis. Okay. Last thing, take a second, add a key. Okay. Just, put dots are their stops or the events. Okay. And then one color line is the route there and one color line is the route back. Okay. That's how the map works. Should not be too hard. I think you guys can do that. After you finish with that, you have 3 reflection questions. And this is how they go. First one. Once again, the goals of the expedition were explore the unknown territory, establish trade with the natives, affirm the sovereignty of the United States, and find a Northwest Passage. Okay? Do you guys think that the expedition was successful in completing these goals? Once again, you guys can use the select tool, which my face is covering. Here we go. Click the select tool. Just click right next to answer here. Click in there and you can type your answer. Okay? Question number 2. If you had been a member of the Corps of Discovery, what do you think would have been the best part of the trip, and why? What would you have enjoyed the most about being part of the expedition? And make sure you tell me why. Second part of this question, what do you think would have been the worst part of the expedition? And once again, tell me why. And for third, How do you think the expedition and its discoveries will impact the United States as a young country in 1806? Tell me why. You guys are making a prediction here. Okay. How do you think this is going to impact America? This expedition has discovered many things as they travel across this brand new territory. Excuse me. How do you think that is going to impact the country moving forward? All right. Make sure you answer all of these in complete sentences. When you're finished, once again, click the save. Make sure you click save now. Make sure it says save. Currently, I have 2 unsaved changes. So I'll go ahead and click save now. It's going to go ahead and save. When that's done, I can go back into the classroom and click turn in. And then I'll be able to see it. After you're finished with that, we're going to go back into the slides. If you finish early, I have created an extension for you for today, a cool video on some maybe neat facts you didn't know about the expedition. You can go ahead and watch that. Just take some brief notes on those 10 facts. And then at the end of class, we will do our out. Our out question for today: if you could have gone on the Lewis and Clark expedition, would you have gone? Why or why not? Okay, so if you were given the option, would you have gone on this expedition knowing everything you know now? Tell me why or why not. Doesn't have to be a super long answer. Short and sweet and to the point is totally fine. Okay, once again, you'll be answering this in the Google form, the Daily Out Google form. Let's go back into Google Classroom, scroll up to Class Resources, Daily Out Google form, click on it, fill it out, answer the question there. That is all for today. Once again, if you have any questions, let me or Mr. Hallweiker know. We'll be always happy to help you. And as always, thanks for listening and have a great rest of your day.